What up, y'all? It's y'all boy, Mr. Review and shit, yo. So today, it's not one of my favorite, but I'm gonna be basically reacting and shit. I'm gonna be reacting to the top three most scary stories, supposedly. So, no more to say. Let's get started and shit.
This is something you guys have been requesting the hell out of for a long time. It took a lot of time, but I finally found 3 stories that take place during school lockdowns. It was a typical boring day in calculus, only it was Friday, 7th period, meaning the week was almost over and spring break would finally be upon us. So everybody was getting antsy in their seats, I could tell. We didn't have a test that day like a lot of my friends did with their other teachers. So our teacher in the middle of
My
class just
class
decided
from
to start
low-key
playing
look
games with us on
boring as shit.
Sporkle.com. He was a very laid-back teacher like that.
Hey,
As
shout
we were
out to
doing
the
some
laid-back
brand
teachers, bro.
logo quiz on
Fuck with them
Sporkle,
and shit.
I remember the exact moment it happened. Right after my friend answered a question, I remember the exact answer too, Adidas. The dean's voice came through the loudspeaker.
Bro, that shit on
He
lows be
sounded
scaring the
panicked and
fuck out of me.
frantic
Now,
as he
I
told all the
understand that shit.
teachers
Like,
this
that
was
should
not
be
a
low-key
drill
scaring
and to
me,
go
man.
into
I
lockdown.
don't know if y'all ever did that. Like, when
I
I be
actually
working in
got the
class, they
chills
should
and I
have
got
just,
goosebumps on
like,
my
pop
arms
out
as our
at you. Kind
usually
of scary,
laid-back
though.
teacher too seemed panicked as he ran to turn off the lights and ushered us to the back corner of the room. We all sat in silence for about 2 minutes.
Oh, fuck,
And
why the
then
room get all
usual
dark and
buzzing that
shit?
came
Oh, that's a
from
whole
the
different
panel in the
class,
back
man.
of the
What
room
the fuck?
ceased, indicating that the school must have cut all the power. We all looked at each other, realizing this must be serious.
Duh,
A
if the
few
power
more
get cut
minutes
off,
of
it must
waiting
be.
later, we heard a man screaming at the top of his lungs coming down the hallway. 2 girls in the class actually started
Yep, I already
crying,
got the
which
fuck
made all
on.
of us even more scared. As the screaming got closer to the classroom, the lunatic-sounding man started banging on the lockers while screaming, "I'll kill all of you." It was at that moment
I don't
that
even know how the
started to
fuck
fear
these
for my
people
life.
get out. Like,
My
isn't he
teacher
supposed to be in a
judged us
mental
as we all looked at
hospital or
each other
something?
to see our peers' reactions. The banging then moved from the lockers to our classroom door. And that's when one of the crying girls screamed no.
Shut the fuck up. Why are
Banging
you
on the door
yelling?
only grew worse
You wait
as
till
the
the
man
nigga get
started
to your door to
screaming, "Open
yell?
up."
It's like, you might as well
2
say,
of the girls
kill
in the
me,
class were
kill
crying
me.
out loud now.
Mm.
It felt like an
Dumbass
eternity that
people,
man
I
was
swear.
pounding at the
I
door.
don't give a fuck. I know that's a
Eventually,
girl,
he
but shit, what the
finally
fuck you
continued
yelling
down the
for?
hallway, screaming like a mentally insane person
He
until
was
we could not
mentally.
hear him anymore. I'd say 10 minutes later, though it felt like half an hour given the situation, the dean came back on the loudspeaker
That shit
explaining
kind
the
of fucking up my
situation,
eyes, that
which was
effect that
surprising for
camera
him to
dude
do.
doing or whatever.
He explained that some apparently mentally unstable person entered the building and assaulted the woman sitting at the front desk,
Okay,
causing her to
man,
flee
this
the
is why
building
school
screaming,
needs security,
and
bro.
staff
Be
wasn't
shit
sure if
like
the man
that.
was armed or not.
I don't give a fuck. I think
Now,
all
this was
schools
before
need
the
security
school
because
had
you never know
cameras or
who
could
could
afford
come in
proper
that school,
security,
bro.
so
There's
the
been too
school
much
was
incidents
wide
like
open to
this
something
over and
like this
over again.
happening. The staff had done a sweep of all the hallways and classrooms and couldn't find him, so the dean instructed the teachers to resume teaching, but to keep all the doors locked and to not let any students leave for any reasons.
Shit, keep the doors
The most
locked now,
disturbing part,
motherfucker. You should
however,
have been
is that
locked the
one of the
doors. The
janitors
doors should be
working the night
locked
shift
after all the
found
kids
the
get in
man
school.
sleeping in one of the storage closets
I
near
don't know
the
why
back
they
end
wait
of the
till a
school.
crazy person get in the
And
school, then
according
they
to
want to lock
rumors
the
that were
doors.
spread by my
Motherfucker, I think the
peers,
school doors should be locked
sticking out of his
after all the
pocket was
kids
a
get
44
in.
Magnum.
Like I say, you never know
The
what the day
janitor
will
must
bring.
have done
The fuck?
something stupid to wake him up. For example, leaving the closet door open, because by the time a police officer could arrive on the scene, the man was gone. My
How?
entire class, as far as I know, to this day, has no idea if this man was ever found, but I like to think that right now, he's being given the proper help that he needs.
Wait, so he... Pause. Pause, I'm sorry. So, let's get this straight. A mental ill person walks into school with children. He walks into school with children. And to make matters worse, he has a gun. And if that just doesn't do a lot, he spends the night in the school. When the police officer walks up, he's gone. So this person could still be on the streets. And I'm going to just tell people this, man. If a dude's acting crazy in the school, don't yell. Don't yell, please, because you might as well give up your location. That's all I'm going to say. Too much of this shit.
My school has 2 lunch periods. First lunch period is for all 6th graders
The
and
school
some
looks
7th
scary as
graders.
shit.
The second lunch period is for the other half of the 7th graders and all 8th graders. The lockdown happened in the beginning of October. The day the lockdown occurred, it was overcast and rainy. During the first lunch period, I heard 4 loud booms.
Oh
I
shit.
personally thought it was thunder, but the entire lunch crowd started screaming. I was thinking those kids were just serious pussies, but the campus security came in and started yelling at people to go.
How the fuck are you a pussy if it's
And the
gunshots?
kids who were in line buying lunch had to throw out
I'd
their
rather
lunch
be a
and come
pussy than be a
inside.
nigga dead, yo. What the
Me
hell?
and some friends went inside the room along with a huge group of other kids. Everyone was curious as to what was happening. Our multi-purpose room is huge, and the back wall of the room is made of see-through glass.
Oh shit.
When me and my friends were rushed inside the campus, security was covering the glass with the curtains, and there were adults at every exit. My friend Eric was curious, as well as the rest of us, so he asked one of the adults what was going on. When he came back, he said, "You know how right in front of TMS there's those houses?" I replied, "Yeah." "There's this mentally disabled, crazy man that barricaded himself in front of his house, and he's threatening to commit suicide and kill the cops if he's evicted. He was walking around outside of school watching kids in a weird way," Eric told us.
Get these people some help.
It turned
Please.
out the man was also a registered sex offender, making
Oh my
matters
God.
worse. We were stuck in the multi-purpose room for a whole hour, taking up 2
Be careful.
periods.
Y'all don't know who lives around
After
y'all,
the whole
man.
thing was settled, we were escorted to our classrooms one by one. I later found out that the man lives next to my friend Brandy, who told me about the previous Halloween when she saw the same man at his window cutting his arm and writing in his own blood, "Don't come here or I'll kill you," on his window.
Yeah, this man has some serious problems. I hope he getting the help he needs for real, man, because this is sick.
But after this horrific incident, we knew this man was mental, and we're glad he never got near us.
Shit, I'm glad too, man. Congratulations. Shouldn't get near anyone. Shouldn't even...
I'm 22 years old, fresh out of college, and I recently got a job at my old high school as a sort of computer intern in the school basement. The basement of the school is very messy and disorganized, but there is a small 3-person office that's actually very nice down there. It has 3 nice big desks, 2 mini fridges, a flat screen TV mounted on the wall, and oh so satisfying air conditioning, a luxury the students and teachers cannot enjoy in the school. And of course, all the school servers and
Okay, that shit low-key nice as hell. This shit look boring, though.
I got the job because 3 of my old computer teachers flat out adored me. I could actually consider them as real friends, not just teacher figures.
Wait, I thought he was in the office. This looked like a classroom. Okay, that's the office.
It's
Okay.
been great. Until something that happened a few weeks ago.
Oh shit, get ready. Here comes
My
some
2
bullshit.
co-workers that shared the office with me, Dave and Gary, weren't in the office at the time. They were upstairs working on papers or whatever.
Or
I was
whatever.
eating my sandwich during my lunch break when I got a phone call from one of the women in the front office telling me the school was on lockdown and that somebody, possibly armed, had entered the school. There wasn't much that I could do other than turn off the lights because, surprisingly, as nice as this little office was, it didn't have an actual door to it, just a big opening, and the door to the whole basement didn't even have a working lock.
Oh shit,
For my
man.
own safety, I did turn off all the lights in the office and my computer screen. I kept my phone on the desk, texting both Gary and Dave, but they wouldn't respond.
Okay, why are you texting? I wouldn't even text. I'd turn my fucking phone off too.
20 minutes,
The hell?
waiting for the call from up front to tell me to resume working.
Oh
I had
shit.
no idea what was happening. I couldn't hear what was going on upstairs from down here. But I was not allowed to make any calls until I was informed that the lockdown was over. Then the noisy basement door opened. As
Oh
the
shit.
creaking echoed across the basement and into my office, I sat up from my seat, wondering if I should call out Gary or Dave.
No, you fucking.
To get some info from them. Someone then came running down the stairs, and their footsteps were approaching my office. I pushed away my chair and crawled under my desk. Somebody entered the office, but did not turn on the
Oh
lights.
hell no! I would've got. I don't
There was
even
just
know, man. I don't even.
silence.
Cause he's in a dead end, so I don't even know
I
what
can't
that
even
man can
describe
do.
the fear I was experiencing. I felt like if I made one sudden noise, I'd be a dead man.
Hell yeah.
Suddenly, my phone dinged as I got a text message. I felt my entire world shrivel up and die at that one moment as I clenched my teeth in fear. Footsteps suddenly moved closer to me until I finally dove out from under the desk in capitulation, begging whoever it was not to kill me. And just then, someone grabbed my arm and pulled me up. It was some guy in a red plaid button-up, jeans, and a reddish-black cap.
Nigga sound like he don't know how to dress in
Just down
crazy.
here
Wow.
riding with you. What's going on up there? I whispered to him. He kind of ignored my question and asked me if there's an exit down here. I told him, yeah, around that way. Before he could do anything else, I asked him, who are you? There was a brief moment of silence. Before he started explaining, he was coming in to pick up his son when a teacher told him to hide. After his explanation, I checked my phone and saw the text I received was from Dave.
Oh,
It
shit.
said, dude, this is fucking crazy. Some guy with a gun shot Mr. Buckley. He's wearing a red shirt and a hat. Whatever you do, don't come upstairs.
He right by that nigga.
I was about to reread that text out loud to the man until I realized. I looked up.
Oh, shit. Oh, hell no. I would have to get the fuck on, bro. I'm sorry, man. I don't encourage y'all to run, but that would have been my first instinct. I would have probably knocked the gun out and ran. It's like, hell no, I wouldn't do shit.
Ricochet off something metal in the darkness. But thank God the bullet missed me, and I made it upstairs.
Thank God, bro.
Fortunately, police were waiting at all exits,
Yes!
including the basement exit, and caught the man the second he opened the door.
Okay, what's the name of this school?
Our teacher, Mr.
Okay, see, schools like this old Rochester Regional Senior High, you don't even hear about schools like this.
But that was never revealed.
Old Rochesters.
All we know is that Mr. Buckley couldn't have done anything that would have warranted this kind of reaction. And I know that the sound of that gunshot will forever echo in my mind.
Okay, that's gonna wrap it up, guys. Okay, all I want to say is, man, whoever the police were, I don't know if this was in different times, like in the 90s, the 21st century. All I know is the last case was good because they actually caught the man. But how the fuck did they let the first two guys slip away? Like, how the hell? That's poor police effort. Like, how the fuck do you let a mental ill guy slip out of your hands? But the third time, it was straight because they caught him. But, man, all I can tell people is, man, if you're ever in a situation like this, man, stay safe, stay quiet, let the professionals handle it. And I know you're scared, but at the same time, things will work out in your favor. But please don't fucking yell, please. So, that's wrapping it up for this video. I'm